Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and the connection you share with each other. Today's reading is going to be focused on your specific person's overall thoughts and feelings about you and your connection. So not necessarily their most recent thoughts and feelings, but rather in general, how do they really feel about you and what do they tend to think about when they think about you? So let's get started with the tarot and take it from there. This is a timeless reading and intended for all zodiac signs, so I trust that it found you if and when it was meant to. As always, take messages if, when, and how they resonate and leave any that do not, since this is a collective reading. Okay, so first up we have the Ace of Swords. This person feels like honesty and truth and communication are integral to the foundation of this connection. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. So not only does this person feel like they can be completely open and honest with you, they also feel like it's mutual. It's very much mirrored. And if you're not at that point with each other just yet, they feel like in the near future, you're going to get to that point where you can say exactly what's on your mind with one another. You're very open, you're very honest and transparent, and you don't have to hide things from each other. Okay, it could also be that your communication is spot on. Your person really, really likes the way you communicate with them in general, not just about what's on your mind or involving truths, but in general, maybe you're quite intellectual. They love the way you think. They love the way you speak. There could even be something about your voice that really stands out to this person. Some of you watching might be singers or musicians or public speakers. You could even have an accent your person really likes and finds attractive, but something about your communication, how you present yourself, is really important to this person. And that could also be mirrored if you think that that's the case for you as well. Maybe you really like the way they talk, the way they speak, and above all else, just the honesty that the two of you can share with one another. Now, the second card up is the Knight of Pentacles. There is a spoken and or unspoken loyalty and devotion the two of you feel for one another. Some of you may have already had this conversation. Others of you, this is something that's going unspoken at this time. But there is love, devotion, loyalty, and dedication under the surface of this connection that is very much mutual, and your person thinks about that quite often. They feel very devoted to you. The Knight of Pentacles sometimes gets a bad reputation as being a slow mover. So you might note that about your person, that they like to take things slow or take time to get to the next stage of the connection with you. But it's not coming from a place of uncertainty. It's just your person's nature. They could have Taurus placements or heavy earth energy in their charts, and they prefer to take things a little bit easier going or slow moving. But bottom line, your person is quite devoted to you, and they're willing to take their time with you because they don't feel like this connection is going anywhere anytime soon. So there's no rush to it. Okay. We also have the Two of Wands. You make this person want to take proactive steps with their own progression in life. And that's a very specific message coming through. But I know it was meant to reach who it was meant to reach. You inspire this person to take little baby steps to becoming a better version of themselves in whatever way it would make the most sense, I guess you could say. So a good example of that would be health related. Maybe this person, before you met them, didn't exercise much or take good care of their health. You've inspired them to, maybe little by little start integrating healthier habits into their daily life, going for more walks or going to the gym 1 or 2 days a week or eating healthier, drinking more water. That doesn't have to be the exact case for you, but it's just a good example that they gave me to share with you. You inspire this person to take little steps towards big goals. And again, remember, your person is a slow mover, okay? So little steps leading to big change is kind of your person's Like I just heard it's the name of the game for your person essentially. They're not the type necessarily to overnight make a huge life-changing decision necessarily. They're more likely to take little step by little step to create big change down the road, okay? But you've inspired them to do that, and they appreciate that. Let's get a couple more cards out. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Let's get a clarifier for that. Okay, the Page of Swords. I think that you've also inspired this person to be more honest about their internal world with you. Back of the deck is now the 8 of Swords, okay? So it could be that prior to meeting you, or even still right now in this connection, your person has struggled with fears of rejection or abandonment, maybe even some financial difficulties, and your person is learning to be more open about those setbacks and those problems instead of trapping themselves up in them and like hiding from it, running from it. They feel like they can be more vocal with you. And if that doesn't resonate, it could be the other way around, or maybe even mirrored between the two of you, where maybe this person has picked up on you having some, inner struggles about being emotionally open with them, and they've watched you become more communicative about those problems or those struggles or your needs as time has gone on. There's something about honesty about your internal world that's really important to this connection for both you and your person. Yeah, they're definitely noting, hold on. I was starting to pull more cards and this snapped up right away. It's the Lovers. So I suppose they want me to note as well, and now the back of the deck is the Ace of Wands. This person also has passionate thoughts about you, okay? If you even just look at the embrace that these two have in this card, it feels very loving. It feels very heated, very fiery, like they're very, very in tune with one another. If the two of you have had intimate moments, it could be that you have a very strong intuitive connection during those moments. Like you can kind of just read each other's needs. You are picking up on each other's emotions and energies very, very strongly during those moments, okay? And being around each other in physical proximity, you just kind of feel like you're in tune with one another. You're very tuned into each other's emotions and needs. And that could be why your person is noting that the communication the two of you have is so important, because it's hard to keep secrets from one another when you're so in tune with each other's energies. You just pick up on it. And so you might as well just come out and say it to each other, because the other person's picking up on it anyway, and you really can't fool each other. So that is funny. Yeah, I think your person's very intuitive when it comes to you, and you are with them as well. And they want you to know that they note that. They think about that quite a bit. They feel very close to you. This person may also dream about you a lot, or think about you a lot as they're falling asleep, or right when they wake up in the morning before they're in like a fully conscious state of mind. They just feel very, very close to you. And I think that this person really, really does love you and feel a deep devotion to your connection. So let's see what their honest intentions are towards you, aside from what we've already gotten out with their thoughts and feelings. What are this person's honest intentions in this connection, please? What are this person's honest intentions in this connection? Okay, we have Judgment. I just heard the word refine. Okay. We also have the World. Yeah, that would make sense. Judgment in the World paired with the word refine. One of their intentions in this connection is to continue to self-develop, okay? Maybe your person is continually having wake-up calls about cycles that they need to end, or patterns that need to be broken and healed. There's something that they know they need to bring to completion here with you in this connection, and their intention is to do that. So again, remember, your person might be a slow mover, but they are very committed to goals that they have when they set their minds to things. So they're not necessarily the type of person that's going to make instant change or impulsive decisions. However, when they commit themselves to a goal, they are the type of person that is 100% in it until they win it, basically, even if it takes days, weeks, months, years even to achieve those goals. They're gonna get it done. And so your person's intentions in this connection are to continue to close out cycles and patterns that don't serve them, and to be on this never-ending quest, so to speak, of refining themselves and being the best version that they can be, okay? So your person not only has goals involving you long-term, but most importantly, they have long-term goals to better themselves in this connection. And also listening to divine guidance too. Your person might consider themselves to be religious or spiritual, believe in God or a higher power, and listen to that divine guidance. Or they're committing themselves to getting better at doing that as well. Okay, woo, we have the Empress. Okay, this person wants to create something with you, build something with you, maybe start a family with you if that's something both of you are interested in. But bottom line, this person is inspired to create things with you. That could even just be creating a life with you, climbing the ladder with you, going through this life school we're all in as a team with you, okay? I would say this person is quite devoted to you and your connection. Let's get one more card out, please. Talk to me about this person's intentions, okay? And a clarifier card for that. That is funny because they showed me the Emperor in my head. I was quite drawn to, let me explain this quick before I get into the cards. So as I was looking down at my cards, I was paying very close attention to the moon at the top of this ladder. And then they showed me the moon in the corner of this Empress card. And so as I was chatting, I was receiving all of this guidance about divine feminine energy, which is typically represented with moon symbolism. And I was questioning whether or not the Emperor card in this deck had a sun depicted, because typically the Empress represents divine feminine and the Emperor represents divine masculine. And sure enough, the back of the deck is the Emperor with the sun in the top. So long story short, I think this person also views you as their counterpart, okay? They're divine feminine, they're divine masculine, or maybe the two of you, embody more of one polarity than the other, but you balance each other out really nicely. I wouldn't be shocked if they do view you as their counterpart, given that we have the Lovers coming out. This person plans on harmonizing with you and, being the best and highest versions of yourselves you can be, okay? Eliminating anything that's restricting the two of you or keeping you stuck. This person, I just heard, feels a responsibility for helping you on your journey as well, okay? Now, of course, it's your job to do your work just as it's their job to do their work. It's not their responsibility to do your healing for you or vice versa. However, this person does feel a certain level of responsibility to help you grow on your journey as well. So you might see that come out in them, where if they see a wound or a flaw or something come out in you, they're more likely to be honest with you and transparent than to hide it from you. And it's not because they want to be critical of you, and it's certainly not because they don't love you as you are, but because they're committed to self-development. They want to see you do that too, because of a place of love that they have for you. Okay, my mouth is watering now for some reason. That's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready to close your reading out now. I'm gonna pull you a personal message from universe. Doesn't have to relate to this connection at all. I invite you to recenter your focus and energy back inwards towards yourself, not necessarily towards this person. If this reading has resonated with you and if you've enjoyed it, I would love it if you would let me know by liking the video, subscribe if you're new. If you like my style of reading, I invite you to maybe join us over on Patreon or my YouTube membership, where you can get access to exclusive readings and content. That info is down below in the description box if you are interested. Okay, now your personal message number 1 is the Wolf with Inner Strength. You may be facing a challenge you feel less than prepared for. This is a reminder that you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. Take a step back and try to take a look at it with fresh eyes. Drop a wolf emoji down below to let me know you are still here and resonated with your message. Your second personal message is this affirmation, which I do invite you to affirm with me in whatever way you feel called to. You can do so by typing it out below, you can write it down, or you can read it out loud. Today, I am ready to receive love. Today, I am open to being loved by another healthy person. Yes, exactly. Welcoming in healthy love and relationships. Beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day or night. And until next time, bye for now.